Ladies and gentlemen, as I usually like to start the shows with a good ladies and gentlemen. Wow. It just seems like I don't even know. I don't even know. I really I really don't even know what to say. Jared Devil, what's up, brother? I don't even know what to say. It seems like every day is just a day for the Steelers, man. It's just like it feels like it's been like a year already off my life with everything that's been going on. Every day it just seems like it's something different with this team, man. It's unbelievable. What's up, guys? Thank you, Jared Devil and Afton, for tuning in. Always good to see you guys. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday, having a good weekend. Thank you that you guys are always here right away and always here to support. Thank you, guys. Holy cow, man. Holy freaking cow. George, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Yeah, I was out at dinner with my girlfriend Kelsey. I felt my phone. I just felt my phone vibrating. I thought somebody was calling me. And it was a group chat between a coworker of mine and my boss. Actually, we have a group chat, and he sends me a tweet of Justin Fields getting traded. I'm like, what? I'm like, no way. So that's how I learned about the news when that happened. Like I'm in awe. I'm truly in awe right now. When I feel like we're so accustomed, guys, to I feel like we're so accustomed to just kind of watching the Steelers step back and kind of do, watch some other teams do what they do, and then the Steelers come in and then do their thing. The Steelers are raising all hell. This is not a Steelers offseason that we're accustomed to. This is not the way that we are conditioned to kind of approach a Steelers offseason. This is an offseason where it's just like nobody's safe, all hell's breaking loose, and it's freaking damn exciting, guys. It's damn exciting. This is an exciting time to be a Steeler fan right now. And Omar Khan, as Jared Devil said, to get an Omar Khan jersey, as Jeremiah Yoder in the chat says, Omar Khan continues to cook. Yes, he does, brother. Yes, he does, Jeremiah. He continues to freaking cook, man. He's got the chef hat on. He's got the freaking outfit on. He's freaking flipping his patties. He's got the grill cooking at 425. He's got everything going on. Absolutely insane what just happened today, what's happened this offseason. Omar Khan is rewriting the wrongs made by Kevin Colbert. He's righting the wrongs. Kevin Colbert, we can all appreciate his time and what he did. But toward the end of his time, I think we all can agree he overstayed his welcome a little bit longer than he should have. He did not adapt to the way the NFL was adapting to. And you bring in a guy in Omar Khan who learned underneath him, but a guy in Omar Khan who recognizes the way of the league and is clearly changing with the times. The Steelers had enough of this quarterback room. And it blows my mind that there were fans out there that wanted a Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph or Ryan Tannehill quarterback room for 2024. Blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. Yeah, let's run it back. Let's do it again. Out of your mind. I think if anybody that was like that, I think you're out of your mind. I really do. All due respect, I think you're out of your mind. It is crazy how we went from Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph to Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, just like that. And all I wanted was one of those guys. And the Steelers got both. They got both of them. Reginald, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, man. Conditional 6th-round pick. Bears are the gift. Yeah, the Bears are the gift that keeps giving, man. And that's what it had to be for the Bears. There were definitely other teams interested aside from the Steelers and Fields, but like we all know the Bears were asking for a lot, and teams just started to go in a different direction. So the Bears are probably sitting there like, okay, we have this from the Steelers. Maybe we have another offer from another team, but we got to make up our minds. It's not going to get any. We're not going to get any more than what we're going to get. So conditional 6th-round pick. If Justin Fields plays 51% of the snaps this year, it will become a 4th. It's probably unlikely unless there's an injury, but nonetheless, Nathan, isn't this the new Steelers way? Raise hell, all in to win an eventual title. Yeah, dude, they're all in, man. They have a good roster. They have a roster that they feel like they can win with. They feel Russ can help them win right now. They obviously like a lot of things about Fields, and Fields has upside. I've said that the whole entire time. I like him. I think there's upside. There's concern. There's things he needs to get a lot better with. But the things that Fields needs to get better with are all things that he can do. Those are all coachable. Those are all things that he can do. Those aren't things that he can't overcome. So clearly, they like what they have in Fields as well. He's only 24 and probably hoping he can maybe be their future. Yeah, Afton, I think that this is a good place for Justin Fields. He can kind of reset here. He's in a stable situation. He has talent here. He can learn from a potential Hall of Fame quarterback. Plus, Fields is younger than Kenny. Absolutely is. Kenny's gonna be 26 in June or July. Bet he could trade Dan Moore and a Peppy sandwich for 100%. 100%. It's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Jalen did get his bag, so he's definitely sticking there. And look, don't get me wrong. I like some of the things the Bears have done this offseason. They're going to draft Caleb Williams. We all knew that. But bringing in Keenan Allen, bringing in Kevin Byard, they signed DeAndre Swift, probably a little bit more bigger of a contract than expected. They got a little bit on their offensive line. They added some guys last year to their defense. You know, the Bears, the Bears could have some success this year, but the thing with them, it's probably going to take a little bit of time. But I think that they could get back on track sooner than later. Jeremiah, they never have. They never have. This is going to be very exciting. You like, guys, it's going to be so exciting come training camp and preseason watching both these guys. It's going to be so exciting. Hold on one second. Got to charge my my laptop here. And we're kind of glazing out there. There we go. There we go. But yeah, it's going to be very fun to watch both these guys play in preseason. And it's safe to say, guys, Russell Wilson's going to be their starter. We know that. Russell Wilson's going to be their starter. That was obviously made clear to Russ probably when he signed. I'm pretty sure it's been reported it was made clear to Justin Fields he's going to sit behind Russ for now, and he's going to work from there. And Justin Fields has to realize that. You know, Justin Fields should have a lot of confidence in his abilities, but still probably realizes like he obviously needs to grow more. He still needs to keep developing, and it's a great situation for the Steelers. You're only held on to $3 million. I honestly, if I had to predict, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with his 5th-year option. But I could easily see them doing like a Jordan Love type extension before the season started last year, where instead of paying him his 5th-year option, they're going to give him an extension. I think that's going to happen. Have our Steelers ever, or what number do you think he wears? I'm hoping it's 10 like Cordell. It could be 10. I could maybe see number 11. I would like to see him wear 1. I know that it's not retired, but it is. Like, come on, dude. Just give him number 1. Let him wear number 1. But I could see 11. Watch, he'll wear like 5 or something like that. I hope maybe like he goes a 10 or 11. I can't wait to see what JF does in this environment. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Justin Fields is exciting at different times. I think we all have seen different highlights of him where he's shown superstar talent. At the same time, he's also shown bad things, but those bad habits and those bad things are coachable. Those aren't situations where some young quarterbacks can't overcome those type things. So that bodes well for him. But the Steelers, like, hey, like, dude, we got to take a shot here on Justin Fields. Like, look at the price, look at the market. We're gonna pull the trigger on it. We're gonna do it. So you got Russ, you got Fields. You see how Russ does this year. But I'm interested too. Like, what if Russ does well this year? What if he does well? What if he does? And I actually think Russ will do fairly well. Russ isn't in his prime. Russ isn't in his prime anymore. We know that. But I don't think with the Steelers' offense and their talent around the roster and what they have on defense, Russ doesn't need to be prime Russell Wilson in this current version of the Steelers. He doesn't need to be. But what if Russ does well though? What if Russ wins a playoff game? I mean, you'd have to probably bring him back, right? Scrooge, how's it going, man? Good to see you again in the chat. Thanks for coming back in. Claude, good to see you. It's been a few weeks. Daniel and I haven't really gone live for a couple weeks, man. So thanks for tuning into my live stream. How you guys doing on this crazy Saturday? I feel fortunate to have witnessed Bradshaw, Gilliam, Combo, Terry eventually took control. However, Wilson Fields' quarterback room is much better. Yeah, no, it's obviously, I'm sure, Jeremiah, as have seen over periods of time, it's a different day and age of quarterbacks and the way teams view quarterbacks and everything like that, how quarterbacks have changed over time in terms of ability, talent. Win-win situation, almost zero downside. There's no downside at all. There's no downside at all. But yeah, guys, thank you all for your support, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I know sometimes I'll ask you guys things and stuff like that, but give me your thoughts in the comment section on like, how do you really feel about Fields coming in, and what do you guys think is going to kind of be the direction with the Wilson Fields combination here in the quarterback room? I want to see your guys' thoughts, kind of pick your guys' minds for a little bit here. See what you guys have to say. And the other thing too, with Fields coming in, like I said, like, he's only strapped for like $3 million. The Steelers have a lot of room. They still have money to work with. They can create more money to work with. They're not done. They still can make a move for another wide receiver. They can make a move if they want to bring in a corner. There's still some few names out there. If they want to add somebody from the line in, there's still opportunity there to do that. It is a great 1-2 punch. It's honestly a very ideal situation for both guys, right? Russell Wilson thinks he has some time left to play. He can come here, kind of redeem himself, right? He's a part of a winning culture. And Russ is a leader. I've always been a fan of Russell Wilson. I know that he's a little bit of an odd character too, but he's a good dude. He doesn't have baggage off the field. He's a good leader. And he can come in, and I want him to do well. And I would be completely okay with him being our guy even going forward if he does well. But with Justin Fields coming in too, it brings a level of excitement. Like, okay, he can learn from Russ, and he's only 24. And if he can kind of really work hard underneath him, the Steelers, he could be their guy too going forward, going into 2025. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping Fields and Russ are open to working together. I'm hopeful that Fields takes some big steps. Take some big steps. Sorry, this thing was kind of lagging out. Hopeful that Fields can take some big steps with better coaching and a more competent offense. Yeah, for sure. And Russell Wilson actually put out a tweet welcoming Fields to Pittsburgh. He's saying that, hey, the quarterback room's lit. Let's go, Fields. Let's go. Russell Wilson's excited. Russell Wilson's all in. Russell Wilson wants to win. He's going to embrace Justin Fields being with him. That's what I mean. Russell Wilson's a leader that this offense is needed. Hope Fields can come learn behind Russ and gets better with holding on to the ball. Yeah, for sure. George, how you? Good. Thanks for being in the chat, man. Yeah, we all know that Fields was probably somebody that, well, not even probably. We all know that he needs to be better with the ball. Russell Wilson's a guy that does not turn the ball over very much. So all Justin has to do is be a sponge. That's it, man. That's it. And Russell and Fields, I'm pretty sure, has been pretty much given word like, hey, you're going to be under Russ right now. We're going to have you work from underneath him. But I'm sure he's been told hopeful future plans, probably things they're going to do with his contract at some point. told all the things that they like about him, what they want him to become ultimately. Steel 43, what's up, man? Thanks for coming back into the chat. I know, man. There's a lot. It's an exciting time to be a Steeler fan. Very exciting time to be a Steeler fan. It's a breath of fresh air. Omar Khan's bringing intensity. He's bringing aggression. They're tired of it, dude. They're tired of the 24 touchdowns in the last 2 years. And I got to give a shout out to, as I said this on my other episode, all the picket lickers out there that said that there's zero chance Russell Wilson or Justin Fields comes here. You got both of them. So either enjoy Philadelphia or accept the fact that Kenny blows and the Steelers just absolutely upgraded their quarterback position. So shout out to all the picket lickers. It's freaking hype, man. Freaking hype. Should all be excited about it. Absolutely, he is. Absolutely. All 17 of you in the stream, thank you guys for supporting the stream. Thank you guys for coming in and watching, putting your comments. Yes, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn notifications on so you guys are up to date with the channel. Helps the channel grow, helps us reach more fans. Yeah, I agree, Daredevil. I think wide receiver is the next signing too. I think so. I really do. They brought in Van Jefferson. I think it's fine as a 4 or 5. He worked with Artie Smith with the Falcons last year, and he's cheap. He has a little bit of a track record. Yeah, Andy Weidel as well. Andy Weidel was a key part, and then bringing in some of those linemen last year too. What do the picket lickers think now? All they can do is kick rocks. They're in shambles, man. Like, hey, I give credit to some who have owned up. And they still can make room for more money. 100%. Absolutely they can. They still got money right now. Yeah, like what you said, they can restructure deals. They can give a couple extensions out if they want to do. I think that's what's going to happen with Fields. I think instead of them picking up that $22 million fifth year, however much it is, I think that they're going to give him a Jordan Love-like extension that Love got before the end of this, last year, the year before, where they're able to space out some of that money more. I think that's what's going to happen. Pretty much like Scrooge in a nutshell. Van Jefferson can play a little bit of inside and outside. He's got a little bit of speed. He's not really going to be relied on to kind of be like an every snap guy out there. He's not going to be like their number 3. He's probably going to be a 4 or 5. It's another body, gives him some depth from a guy who's been in this league. He did decent with the Rams their Super Bowl year. Yeah, he can block a little bit too. So that's the thing. Like, there's some things to like about Van Jefferson. So they needed some depth. They needed that. They needed depth. Draft's gonna be wild. Yeah, absolutely it is. And that's the other thing with the draft too. It gives them some flexibility. It gives them some time where they don't have to draft a quarterback this year or even probably next year. So, obviously the hope is for Justin Fields to learn to, as you guys said, like be a sponge pretty much under Russ. And hopefully he can work hard in that role. And I'm sure their hope is for him to probably clean up some different things and obviously eventually be that guy of their future. Do they pick him up a free agent? Yeah, they absolutely can. They absolutely can. They got enough money. They can create money. 100%. All 22 of you in the stream, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys are in here and you haven't commented, comment in the section. Let me know who you are. Let me know your thoughts on Justin Fields coming. Let me know your thoughts on the quarterback room. Let me know your thoughts on the Steelers free agency in general. King Khan, still not done. Yeah, there could be some moves tomorrow. There could be another move Monday. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. It's freaking crazy. It's absolutely nuts. I'm pretty sure all of us in this chat and myself, like, nobody expected this to happen. Maybe one of them between Russ and Fields, but getting both of them, I think they draft a quarterback in the middle rounds. They don't get one. Maybe they go after Tannehill or Dobbs. I mean, they still could. They still could draft a quarterback like in the 5th round if they want to do that. They still could. Still could do that. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the the tandem here in the quarterback room. What do you guys think about kind of the future? Kind of the future of the quarterback room. And how do you guys kind of see this playing out? Tyler Huntley from the Ravens? I mean, maybe. I mean, he might feel like that he's more of a second string type guy. Getting Russell Wilson Fields is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. It's something that I don't think anybody really expected this. Like, seriously, if you would have asked like yourselves guys, like, let's say last month, or if somebody asked you or told you, hey, your quarterback room is going to be Russell Wilson, Justin Fields come March, you ain't believing that. You ain't believing that at all. Will Steelers carry 3 or 4 quarterbacks? They'll carry 4. You know, what they usually do, carry 4. So I think they will they'll go with that. I think so. I think they'll go with 4. Let's see here. This may be the room, but it's not staple long term. Yeah, you got to wait and see. That's the thing about it is if Russ does well, I'm not going to rule out that he can't be an option for a little bit longer. But with Fields coming in here, I think a lot of us are hoping that he's going to learn under Russ and be able to kind of clean up different areas of his game and get a shot to be that guy. Because Fields can be their guy long term and be their QB1 long term. There's possibility and a potential there for that to happen. It's really just a matter on his development. So, but everybody should be excited about their current room and what that brings this year and even beyond. S. Justin, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning into the stream. Thanks for tuning in the stream. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you. King Kong the Barbarian, absolutely. He ain't done. He's still cooking, baby. He's still flipping the patties. I thought we were gonna get Cousins. I mean, Cousins would have been cool. I was fine with it, but like, you know, the guy was just gonna get a ton of cash. That was the thing about it. I think a lot of people are okay with where they're currently at. All 28 of you in the stream, thank you guys so much for tuning into this stream. Thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you guys for your comments and listening to your guys' thoughts and kind of picking your guys' minds. That's what it's all about. That's what I love. That's why I love live streaming, because I get to see what you guys are saying and kind of see where you guys are coming from as well. Excuse me. So, anybody in the stream here that has not come in the chat, feel free to come in the chat, guys. It's an open forum, open conversation. Kevin Elder, hello. Thank you for commenting, man. Thank you for tuning in the stream. Free agent tackle or center next. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I'm very intrigued to see what they're gonna do in the draft. I think there's a few different avenues that could happen. Probably have to wait and see how free agency opens up. But when you look at center, you still got a guy like Connor Williams. You got a guy like Brian Allen from the Rams out there. You got a guy in Trent Brown still at right tackle. So there's some names out there, even names I haven't mentioned. You could see a tackle or center next, 100%, right on the money. I love having Russ's. Hold on 1 second. Whoops. 1 second, guys. I love having Russ's experience in the room and for the offense in general. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think he brings, we obviously know he brings something this team hasn't had since Ben. But I think his maturity level, I think a level of leadership is going to go a long way for this young offensive group. Steel 43 says, I think they're going to try and take the Pat Mahomes approach with Fields. Yeah. No, I think the hope is for that. I think the hope is for that. Probably that's probably their hope, and they just could not pass up this opportunity to get Justin. And obviously, the Bears had to come down. The Bears had to come majorly down, probably for what they were asking for. And I don't know. Ryan Poles came out and said like not too long ago that they were having conversations for quite a few weeks with Fields, but it was probably back and forth. Like, hey, like this is what we're looking for. This is what we want. Well, hey, it's a little too steep. We need you to come down. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Blah blah blah. So, Jeremiah says, "Do you think Artie will come up with a package that will have both and Justin on the field? Probably not. Man, wouldn't that be a scene? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't really see that happening. But that'd be a scene. That's for sure. And the other thing too, Fields gives them is, listen, I don't want this to happen. I don't want to see Russ get injured. I don't want to see Russ struggle either. But if one of those two things happen, I mean, you have Fields coming in, right? You have Fields ready to come in. So, and I personally don't think Justin Fields is a backup in this league. I think Fields can be a starter. I think he can be a quality guy. I think there's a lot of things to like there. There's concern too. We all know that. But like I said, those concerns can be cleaned up. So we'll see. I don't think there's a better than average center available. I think that's going to have to come from the draft. Yeah, I think the draft's kind of the hot spot for a center too. Afton, I agree. There are a couple names out there if you want to bring somebody in as, kind of like a veteran guy, and then maybe you draft a guy real quick. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is for center or tackle right now. I think one will be free agency, one will be the draft, because I still do think they're going to draft a wide receiver early. Do you feel Justin Fields is like the next Vic? No, because I think Vic was, Fields is a great athlete like Vic, just like Vic was. They both love to run. I feel like if anything, Fields is a little bit closer to a Lamar than he is a Michael Vick. I know that there's been a lot of comparisons with Vic and Lamar too, but Fields, the thing with Fields is like he needs to develop more as a passer. Vic had a strong arm himself, but I think with the way Lamar has come as a passer and has developed, I feel like that needs to be the trajectory Justin Fields goes on. How about Gallup from Dallas? I mean, he's had what, 1 or 2 good years for Dallas. I mean, he's out there. I don't really view him as a needle mover. I think if they're going to sign a wide receiver, they need to use some of that money that they have now and have opened up for somebody better, especially unloading Deontay. But I even think it's possible, guys. What if they make a trade for a wide receiver out there? What if they make a trade for like a Debo, for example? The Niners are pretty close, tight-knit against the cap. We saw what the Chargers had to do. The Chargers had to cut their 2 starting wide receivers. What if the Niners eventually have to make a move? What if you make a call for Debo or something like that? The Steelers have another 3rd-round pick. So that could be something they flip. I think having Pickens, if you can go out, whether that's through free agency and then the draft, or if you can go out and make a move at wide receiver and try to utilize that extra 3rd-round pick for a wide receiver that can come in here right away, I think that's a great way to go. J.C. Hosnauer, let's get him back. Let's get him back. Nas, Justin, Jalen, oh boy, we'll see some real good running. Yep, when that time comes, 100%. 100%. I'd go from 6 to midnight if we got Debo. Yeah, Debo would be great here. I know that there's some injury concern there, but I think with what you can get, like if you could get a good value deal for him, 100%. 100%. Kevin says we still have restructuring to do. It can free up a ton of cap space. Yeah, they can definitely restructure. You got Cam, you can move. I still think they could extend Fields at some point rather than picking up the option. I've read that's a possibility. You could do, and not saying like, that's such an effect right now, but like you could restructure TJ. Like I said, Cam. Who else could you do? There's another couple other guys you could do. Dante Jackson, who they just traded for, is another guy they could rework a contract to create more room. It seems to me as though Mr. Rooney's finally given his GM I can't even pronounce that word. Autonomy, I think is how you pronounce is how you say that. I know what you mean. I know what the word means. I have a hard time saying it. Colbert was also a bag man for Coach Cowher and Tomlin. It's crazy to see like guys in the NFL and kind of like where they started at and eventually how they got to where they are. So it's crazy for Marcon, man. That's a crazy journey starting from that point in time and being able to get where he is now. I think I agree though, Dresden. I think Rooney is definitely starting to, at least from this offseason, it seems like he might be just letting them have full control because we know Rooney likes that loyalty aspect. He likes that way of doing things each and every offseason. This is completely different. And we know that Omar Khan is approaching things a lot more differently than Kevin Colbert. But he might just finally be letting like, hey guys, this is your guys right now. You guys do what needs to happen. And Omar Khan's been hitting a home run. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the name of AB's kid. Ron, how you doing, man? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for coming in. It's been an absolute nuts of an offseason, dude. And that's what I was saying earlier in the stream was that we're all so accustomed to the way the Steelers were so conditioned to the way the Steelers do their offseason, right, over the years. But this is something like this is just the craziest offseason, dude. And honestly, it's so exciting. It's so refreshing. It's something that was just so needed for so long now. Junior Gamboa, thank you, man, for tuning in. Steeler Gang, absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you for your support in the channel. Appreciate that. Rusky Suck, number 1 and number 3, number 2 next year for Jefferson. Dual 1 out with Donald. Or Darnold. I think you mean Darnold, Sam Darnold. Hey, dude, if you get Justin Jefferson, my God. I mean, just absolutely build a statue for Omar Khan. If you can pull in a Justin Jefferson, which is absolutely worth a first-round pick, holy cow, you build a statue. You absolutely build a statue. Just immediately. Immediately. I think we all would be in tears on here. I think every single one of us in the comment section would be in tears. This ain't your daddy Steelers. Not anymore. Not anymore. Times are changing. This feels like a new era of Steeler football right now. This is not the same old Steelers. This is not the same old Steelers the way that they used to operate. This is a brand new damn era of Steelers football, man. And we should all be pretty damn excited about it. All 48 of you, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for listening to this live stream as we are talking about the Justin Fields news today and everything going on. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have not commented, feel free to comment. It's an open forum. I love interacting with you guys, getting your thoughts, and picking your guys' mind as well for what's going on. So thank you guys. Thank you. So, but I would be completely okay. I would be completely okay with them if they decide to make a trade for a wide receiver. Maybe it's a Brandon Ayuk. Maybe it's a Debo. I mean, it's probably unlikely just given the value of those guys. But I think if you look at a team like the Niners, who's could be against their cap very, very soon, they might have to unload a little bit, like they had to do with Eric Armstead, right? And that's one guy out the window. So I would be completely okay with the Steelers if they would give up a draft pick, even a high draft pick, for a very, very quality wide receiver to come in here because they want to win right now. And if you're able to get a guy like that with George Pickens in there, I mean, dude, 62 people in here, guys. Thank you all so much. I mean, this is the most I've ever had in a live stream. I love going live because I can hear from you guys. So thank you all so much in the chat. Keep blowing up the live stream, guys. Keep blowing up the comment section. Keep blowing up the comment section. Let's see here. Yeah, you know, Jeremiah, it's just like, you know, I don't like, he hasn't come out and requested a trade, but he's going to want to, you know, you got Sam Darnold back there, right? And Vikings, like, I don't want to say they're like rebuilding. I feel like they're kind of like retransitioning in a way of like where kind of the Steelers were the year after Ben, right? We brought in Mitch, they brought in Sam, right? There's some talent there in Minnesota. maybe like a bridge option. I don't know. I don't really know what their full plan is. We'll see. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown make a hell of a Steeler. He definitely would. But we're definitely not prying him away from them. Sadly. Rip Van Rooney woke up. Yeah, he did, man. He knew where he was today. He knew where he was at. 62 in the chat. Yes, guys. Yes. Thank you all so much, man. It's just great to see. I'm very thankful to all you guys who have come in here. Yeah, Bill Burr too is the punter. That's one guy we're not talking about. We're not talking about the punter. We're not talking about Bill Burr. We're not talking about Johnston, who they signed. So they actually finally got a freaking punter that can punt the ball past 25 yards. Like the video. Yes, guys. Thank you, Steele. Yes, like the video. Hit the thumbs up, guys. It helps push us out more. It helps us reach more. Thank you all. Yes, the Vikings need a quarterback badly. Yes, they do, Ron. Yes, they do. Ron, how does Ron? Like, I kind of feel like I know you're feeling about it. You're really excited. You love the Wilson Fields move, just like myself, just like everybody else. How does Corey and your dad? How are they kind of feeling about it? I actually saw your dad at Bronson House a couple weeks ago for the Cash Bash, and we're just kind of briefly talking about the Bucks and everything like that. But I didn't really get to catch his thoughts about. But that was before like Russ came and everything like that. So how are they feeling? What are they thinking about? Yes, guys, like, subscribe, share. Yes, for sure. Join in the conversation. Where's Z? No comments from him. Dude, George, I got one comment from him today on it, and all he said was absolutely unreal. That's all he said. He's at work right now. But yeah. Yes, I did, Damien. Yes, I did. I did say Bronson House. Yes. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that or not. They're loving it. Good. That's what I like to see, Ron. That's what I like to see. Tell them I said hello. I wish Corey a happy birthday. So I'm glad that they're doing okay. That everybody's doing all right over there. But I'm glad they're loving it. I'm glad they are. The culture shift is amazing. Yes, it is. Damien grew up 5 minutes from there. That's crazy, man. Yeah, but it's still around, dude. It's still around. They're still doing it. Still doing basketball. Still doing the leagues. Yep, still going hard, man. The culture shift is amazing. Yeah, it is. It's a breath of fresh air. It's something that's just been needed, guys. It's been needed for so long. We all can agree with that. It's been needed for so long from this organization. Just a new culture, a new way of doing things, a new direction. And finally they're doing that. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, 100 years next year is absolutely insane. Played Pee-wee football on that field. Damien, it's not, dude, the field's still there, bro. The field is still there. I guarantee if you would go back to it, I guarantee you would probably say, yeah, it's still the same. Nothing's changed about it. We've had flag football practices go on there today. So, but guys, yeah, it just felt like it's just a whole breath of fresh air, guys. We all know this is a direction that was needed. We all knew something needed to change, but the amount of changes that have happened, absolutely nuts. And yes, and Patrick Queen, highest paid signing in franchise history outside the organization, and he gets to wear number 6. Hey, if Patrick Queen getting wear to number 6 isn't change, I don't know what is. I absolutely don't know what it is. I know Melvin Ingram wore 8, but they're pretty staunch about that. And I honestly think, it was kind of a quick thing for Melvin Ingram, him coming in and everything like that. They let him rock 8. He was a veteran guy, right? Stuff like that. So I think with Pat Queen, they gave him a huge freaking contract. Yeah, Ron, he's wearing number 6. He said that in his press conference. He said that the Steelers are letting him wear number 6. 73 people in here, guys. Holy cow. Thank you, guys. Keep the comment section blowing up. Keep the comment section coming. Hit the thumbs up, guys. It helps us push out, helps us keep reaching more. Daryl Wilkinson, hello. Thank you for coming into the chat. Good to see you. Thank you for the support. Well, yeah, like you can look at it. You can look at it as kind of 1-year deals, but I think it's in terms of the money that they gave him, it did end up being the biggest signing in their history outside the organization, technically. So it's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Absolutely crazy offseason. And that's the thing too. Like as we were talking about earlier, they're not done. They're gonna keep adding. They're gonna add more. I don't know how much more. I don't know how much of a how many sexy names out there that they're gonna bring if they're gonna bring in any of that. But like it's like with the Sean Elliott signing, a lot of people wanted Justin Simmons, but when you look at what Deshaun Elliott brings to the table, man, it really fits Minka Fitzpatrick. Um, it really lets Minka Fitzpatrick be who he really is, and that's something the Steelers really missed last year, and I even think the year before that. They really needed a guy like that, and he's one of the best run stoppers in the league. He's a good hitter. He can tackle. He played over 250 snaps last 2 years in the box. They really needed a true strong safety, so I think he really brings that element to the table. Get over the small things. Seriously, let the players wear the numbers they want. Yeah, absolutely. I don't really understand the whole unwritten rule on why a wide receiver can only wear number 11 through 19 or 80 through 89. I don't really get it. Like, let them wear a single digit. Why does it matter? Yeah, they're probably going to draft one. They'll probably draft one later in the draft. I could see it to be that third guy. Y'all stop being that hard headed. You guys heard Reginald. Stop being hard headed. I'm sure most of your watchers are from the Berg, but I grew up there and now I'm in Mississippi. Well, hopefully Mississippi's treating you well, man. Hopefully, how long have you lived down there for now? Honestly, Kevin, I don't really know. I know where some of my followers are from. I don't know. Um, I don't know where everybody's from, but I do know where some of you guys are from. We did see Thompson at 17 last season. Yeah, dude, I kind of feel like 17 was like, because like we've seen like some other guys like rock 17 when they came in late in the year. So I feel like 17 was kind of like that, like we don't really have any numbers available. So here you go. And I think 17 is an ugly number for a DB. I really do. Yeah, guys, thank you guys for everybody that has subbed. Thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for the 28 likes and everything. That means a lot to me, means a lot to the channel. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've been trying to go live at least more consistently each week. I think it just does better. I think I like it better. And I feel like you guys in the chat might like it better because you can kind of come in whenever you please and can put out whatever you want to put out. So we're going to keep trying to do it as much as we can, especially now because it's just nonstop news. So it's nonstop news. Let's see here. Let me see what you guys are saying. How do you think Bill Bird's double gang is going to go this year? What are you talking about, Scrooge? I might be missing something here on that. Are you talking about Bill Burr, the new punter? A Kansas girl, family's from PGH, all the way. Yes, I knew Afton, you were from Kansas. Yes. I was born and raised in Washington, but now in AZ. How you like an AZ, Damien? What part of Arizona are you in, bro? I'm from back here, and when I was little, we moved to Arizona, and I lived out there for like 15, 16 years of my life. And then after I graduated high school, I moved back here to Pittsburgh because it's always my home. I came back every summer. So what part of Arizona are you in? I was in Phoenix for about 15 years. I'm so happy today. I took a big shot for Gilbert. Okay, all the way in Gilbert. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a little bit of a distance from Phoenix. Do you like Phoenix though? I honestly hated it, bro. I hated. I hated living in Arizona. It was too hot for me. It started to get way too big for me, and just coming back home every summer, I missed it, and it was kind of more my cup of tea back here than being out there. But that's cool being in Gilbert, man. Hopefully you're liking it out there, living out there. A lot of people from Pittsburgh and Florida, that's Snowbird Central. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Scroll up. Let's scroll up. I'm so happy. Everyday Can 3. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in the chat, man. Thank you for your support. I'm so happy today. I took a big shot for the Steelers and I found out the news. I was in the gym. Now I'm drinking to this. Yes, cheers. Every day, cheers. That was me yesterday going out to celebrate Kenny Pickett getting traded. So that was me. That and also even last weekend when we signed Russell Wilson. So cheers to you, man. Glad that you loved the move today. Glad you're excited about today. It's a very exciting time to be a Steeler fan right now. Jeremiah, I'm listening to your stream from Canton, Ohio. Thank you, man. Yes, you always being in our live streams. It's always good to see you, man. Thank you for always tuning in and showing your support here, man. All the way from Canton, Ohio. Thank you, brother. George says real quick, 100 miles northwest of Philly. Well, hey, George. I mean, are you going to – I mean, like I know you said 100 miles northwest of Philly. I know you're kind of in that type of trajectory, but you might see a little bit of Kenny Pickett out there. I'm not really sure. Dara says, so hyped for the season. I think Fields potentially our future. I can't wait. Yeah, it's definitely possible. He definitely could be our future. There's a lot of things to be hyped about the season. I think a lot of people were wishing the season was starting in the next month or two. I would love to see the NFL offseason be cut by a month. I think it's too long. I don't think guys need to be waiting 6 months to get back on the football field. That's just my opinion. I would like to see it be cut by a month, just like I like to see the baseball season cut by a month. I like to see the NBA season cut by a month, and I like to see hockey be cut by a month. Kevin asks, where is it you want the Steelers to go in the draft, seeing what they did for agency? Well, Kevin, I still think there's a couple moves left to be made that we're going to see them do. Wide receiver, corner, offensive line, I think are a couple positions on the table. So depending what they do will kind of depend my answer. But if I'm going to give you one right now, I would like to see a wide receiver early in the draft. Not saying first round, but I like to see one early. I think it's a very good wide receiver class. I think they could find a pretty good one in the second round. I think aside from that, if you could find a good center in the first round, I think that would be exciting. So I think as of right now, in terms of what I like to see them do, maybe a situation like that. But at least as of now, until we see further moves be made. Klon's definitely not done. How do you feel about Yeah, there it is. How do you feel Bill Burr's doppelganger going to do? Yeah, at least he's consistent, right? At least he's consistent. At least that he has statistics somewhere in the top 10 in terms of punting. They gave him a 3-year deal. I think, honestly, at this point in time, with what we've seen from punting the last few years, we would honestly probably take anything. So Bill Burr's definitely an upgrade for sure. Right. I knew Jared Devil was in SoCal, man. I know dude, excuse me. There's a lot of Steelers fans on the West Coast. Tons. Absolutely tons. 194 subs. Thank you guys so much. Hey, guys, could we get 200? Could we have a 200 celebration? Could we have a 200 sub celebration tonight? Is that possible? Will we actually hit 200? Is that possible? Excuse me. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Thank you for everybody who's put in the chat, guys. Let's keep blowing up the chat, guys. This is the most we've had in the live stream. I think we hit a little bit over 70. It's the most we've had. So each and every one of you, I got a notification. I can't see everybody. I can't see everybody. If people are subscribing in real time, I don't get the notifications for everybody. But Jay Francis 1, thank you for subscribing. That's the only one I got. Derpy, thank you for subscribing, man. It's good to see you in the chat. I haven't seen you for a little while. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you, guys. 196, 198. 2 more, guys. Can we get 2 more to 200? Can we do a 200 on the biggest stream that I've done on this channel? Let's see if we can get there. Ron, thank you for the update. I would thank each and every one of you individually if I could see your names. I just don't get the notifications that come up, sadly. Let's see here. Let's see. Moved here from Air Force. Yeah, man. Long as you're enjoying it out there in Arizona, that's all that matters. Truly, that's truly all that matters. Let's see. Khan knows the holes and has a plan to fill them. Yes, he does. Still freaking. A lot of people are freaking out over the Johnson trade, but I've just kind of been more reserved of where I just don't see them doing that if Khan doesn't have a plan. Claude, yep, Hagerstown, Maryland. That's where he's coming from. Hate it, except this. Dude, I don't freaking blame you, dude. I don't blame you. Do you want to get out of there? Like, are you seeking to get out of there? Do you kind of see yourself staying there for a while? It's just like, dude, and I bet, like, I haven't been back there. I graduated high school in 2016. I haven't been back since, dude. Two days after I graduated high school, I hopped on a plane. I was out. So I haven't been back since. I know it's gotten bigger, but yeah, dude, it's just hard, man. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard to live in that. It really is. There's no perfect place either. There's not. Dara says, I'm worried about our offensive line. We need a center. Yeah, we'll see what they do. They can definitely draft one. I think that we'll look at the line this year and be a lot more happy about it. Most are saying it, but we need to start thinking of Cam's replacement. That's a good point too, Kevin. How much longer do we see Cam Hayward playing? Is this going to be his last year? I don't really know. 200. Here we go. 200, guys. 200. We hit the 200. Thank you guys for keeping me updated on that number. Thank you, Jared Devil. Thank you, guys. Holy cow. Thank you guys so much for helping me hit 200. Shout out to each and every one of you in the chat. Shout out to each and every one of you who has tuned into this stream one way or another and has helped me get to 200. I love doing this with you guys, man. I really do. It's honestly a lot of fun. As you guys can tell, I'm very passionate about it. You guys are very passionate about it. It means a lot to me. I love interacting with each and every one of you. And let's keep this ball rolling, guys. I've been on YouTube for a couple years now, and it was kind of hard for a while to be consistent and to put out consistent content. But I'm doing my best to be able to put out content weekly, and I've kind of been doing that the last month or two, even through an off season that's kind of dry. Right now, obviously things are hot. There's a lot of news going on. So, but even through that, I still I'm trying to be consistent, especially with where I'm at right now, because some of the things that were kind of keeping me back from being able to go live or put content out for you guys, I don't really have to deal with that anymore. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, each and every one of you who have subscribed, who have commented, and everybody new to the channel that has tuned into the live stream and has subscribed. Thank you guys so much. You guys are all awesome. Celebrating 200, guys. Celebrating 200 on a day where the Steelers trade for Justin Fields. On celebrating 200 on a weekend where there's just been so much Steeler news. A week where there's been so much Steeler news. There's so much excitement, guys. Along and everything like that. Tiff, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I believe that you're new to the channel. Pretty much what we talk about here, Steelers are a huge part of what we talk about, but I also love to talk about other things going around the league, which I'm going to be talking or be doing some more content about. If you're interested on hearing about other things going on, I also like to talk about Pittsburgh sports in general too. So you kind of know at least what to expect here. So thank you so much for your subscription. And I hope to see you in future streams. Dara says, are we getting Tyler Boyd? It's possible. He's had about 4 suitors, but it's been kind of a cold market. So I think that Tyler Boyd would be a welcome addition. A lot of people want that, especially he's a local guy. But Tyler Boyd can really be that true slot guy, and if that happens, I really think, guys, that they'll probably target a wide receiver early, if that would be the case. But guys, like I said this earlier, and I know it's not likely, but I said this earlier. What do you guys think about a possible Debo trade? I've seen that thrown out there. I've seen that the Niners are getting really close up there to the cap, like they're about right there. Even if you have to give up a second-round pick or a high pick for I know he gets injured, so I'm not just specifically saying him, but somebody of a really, really quality guy that can come in and help them win now, I don't think you can pass that up. Thank you, Claude, so much. Always good seeing you. Armani Transport, thank you so much for tuning in. Good to see you. Excuse me, in the chat. Thank you for popping in the channel. Let's go, Steeler Nation. There will be some plays with both on the field at the same time. That would be interesting if they would find a way to do that. That would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty crazy. So Tiff, I take it you're a big Justin Fields fan then, huh? You're a big Justin Fields fan. Thank you, George. You're a part of it, man. You've been here pretty much almost since I've started. Thank you. Derpy, thank you so much for your subscription tonight, brother. Thank you so much. Chris Time, thank you, man. Thank you for being a part of this stream tonight. Thank you for being a part of this channel, man. It's definitely a night to celebrate. Afton, thank you. Congrats on the 200 subs. Thank you. It's been a long time coming, guys. It's been a long time coming. It's just kind of sucked because over the last couple years, like I don't, this isn't my job. This isn't my job, and it's hard to make time. It's hard to make time sometimes. But like I said, the things that I was having to deal with before, I don't really have to anymore. So that really helps open up my time frame. So that's why we're able to be a lot more consistent, which I want to keep going and doing. So I appreciate it. Jared Devil, thank you, man. Again, you're an OG. You were one of them from the start, brother. Thank you so much. Dara hopes that Tyler's our next move. Yeah. Damien, yes, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for being thank you for coming in the chat tonight, man. It's good to kind of get to know you a little bit and kind of your history out here, out here in PA, and you being in Arizona. So that's really cool. Thank you so much for your support, brother. It's definitely more con artists coming. Lions versus Steelers Super Bowl. That would be cool. That would be a lot of fun. I was hoping the Niners were going to get, or the Lions were going to get there last year. I think that would have been a lot of fun. Tiff says, yes, I'm new. Ohio State fan living in Houston. Fan of Justin Fields, CJ Stroud. Yeah, CJ Stroud's awesome. He's so fun to watch. He's a great dude, too. So, hey, Justin Fields, hey, if you're going to come along, follow Justin Fields, support the Steelers, you're welcome here. Anybody's welcome here. Even if you're not a Steeler fan, you're welcome here. You might get a little bit of crap sometimes depending on who you support, but anybody's welcome here, man. Guy, girl, ladies, gentlemen, doesn't matter who. Everybody's welcome here. It's always good to see everybody in the chat. People that have been here, people that are new. It's always great to see. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see what happens with Justin Fields. Watch you from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you, Scrooge. Yes, thank you. I know that you've been popping in my lives as of late, man, and it's your support is very appreciated as well, man, and kind of seeing your thoughts as well in the comment sections. Good to see. So thank you. Let's see if we get Debo. See what Derpy says. If we get Debo somehow how Khan does it, the Steelers are extremely better than they were last year. Yeah, and I think they're sitting in a spot where they're definitely better than where they were last year. But Debo will definitely help move that needle for sure, Derpy, for sure. It's just really a matter of like really what the market's like. You never know when things come up if guys request a trade or teams got to kind of really get under that number of salary. I know a lot of people think the salary cap's a myth. I've been kind of one of them in a way. But also at the same time, like it is there. There's just a lot of ways around it. But if it comes to the point where they have to move off of them, I mean, hey, if something's there, if you can get a good value deal. Let's see. Steelers Freak said the wide receiver fits Smith's scheme best and can help. Wilson should be the add-on. 100%. Yeah, 100%. So, and it's great to see Russell Wilson. You see guys like Van Jefferson, Patrick Queen, Justin Fields coming in. And Russell Wilson's hype about it, man. It's really cool. There's only George Pickens as wide receiver right now. Well, yeah, he's the main guy. You got a Calvin Austin there who's young, kind of really entering his third year. They signed Van Jefferson. He's going to kind of be that depth guy. So they got a couple moves they got to make there. They're pretty thin. Bring in Mike Williams for physical and if good. Yeah, coming off the ACL, Mike Williams is a name out there as well. He's had some injury problems. Not really sure what his price is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, as Jared Devil says. So, I just want to clarify. I think Caleb Williams is a bust. That's a hot take. That's a hot take, Derpy. That's a hot take. He could. It's hard to evaluate quarterbacks. It's hard to kind of take your guess on them. It's hard to. It's hard to take your guess on them. The one thing I'll say, I'm sure Derpy, you agree. I'm sure probably everybody agrees. The thing with Caleb, I hate his attitude. I hate his attitude. To me, he comes off as stuck up, that he's already done something in this league when he hasn't even touched the grass. And I don't really like that as a fan. Chicago's had a really, really hard time with quarterbacks for so long. And can he eventually be that guy? Maybe. But at the same time, is he going to cause them headaches? Is he going to try to be something that he's not very early on in his career? I really don't know. Justin Jefferson? Is that who you guys are talking about? Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, like I said, guys, if the Steelers pulled out a trade for Justin Jefferson, I think everybody would race to Heintz Field and everybody would come together and build a statue for Marcon. Like, I really think all of us here in the chat would be in tears. I really do. Chris Time asks, will Steelers trade for T. Higgins? T. Higgins is a beast. T. Higgins is a beast. I just don't see the Bengals send him here. I just do not see the Bengals sending him to the AFC North. I don't. I really don't. We could draft Keon Coleman, Brendan Rice. Yeah, it's a big Dresden, as you know, it's a big class. Keon Coleman's an interesting name. Very interesting name. I know a lot of people like him. I know a lot of people like Roman Wilson out of Michigan. Those are two guys. And those are two guys I think that could be there in the second round. So they got to kind of like pick their poison and kind of pick and choose almost. Oh, Van Jefferson. Yes, Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson's another depth piece too. I just believe his character is shown in big moments, especially this recent year. As a senior losing those amount of games at USC, I just don't see it for Caleb. Yeah, hey, I hear you. I understand what you're saying, man. He's coming in. I think he is coming into I don't want to say a good situation because Chicago's just been in a really, really hard spot. But I want to say a good situation in the sense talent-wise. He's coming into a situation. He's got two wide receivers there, running back, a solid offensive line. So when we look at it at face value, there's things that he should like he's coming into. But the thing is being able to mesh, being able to kind of fit in. Trying to fit into that scheme, into that system. And I don't know. I think there's a lot of ego too there. And I think it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't bite Chicago in the ass. Going to your division rivals, the new thing nowadays. Yeah, it is. It's just, hey, I think everybody would love T. Higgins coming here, man. T. Higgins and George Pickens, holy cow. That'd be wild. That would be wild. I think just in terms of a trade, I don't know. That'd be wild, though. I was thrilled to get Queen from Baltimore. That was a very exciting move. Very exciting. They needed a linebacker like that. I think he's going to bring a lot of great things here. I really is. And he had a lot of questions at 21, 22, but he was just a kid. Roquan Smith comes in. He gets a lot better by his side. Roquan can kind of be that main guy. Patrick Queen likes to blitz the quarterback a lot, as well as a linebacker. He was trying to play that sideline to sideline role before Roquan got there, but Patrick Queen just overall got much better as a player with Roquan there over 2 years. And I think Patrick Queen's ready to take back on that linebacker one role. He is under a franchise tag, Afton. Yes, he is. But he's requested a trade from the Bengals under the franchise tag. And that's the thing with the Bengals. It's just like, dude, like you just paid Burrow. You're going to have to pay Jamar Chase. Like teams do not pay two wide receiver ones. It wasn't going to happen. I think T. Higgins is a wide receiver one. I really do. Two teams aren't going to pay that. Teams are not going to pay two wide receiver, one wide receivers, teams are not going to pay two wide receivers that are wide receiver ones, wide receiver money on their roster. It's not going to happen. Queen gives me Joey Porter energy more than his son. Hey, Queen's press conference was really fun, actually. I actually appreciated some of the things he said and like wanting to be the villain and stuff. That was actually pretty cool. We'll go a little bit longer here, guys. We're a little bit over an hour in. I was only going to go a half hour, but with the fact of everybody coming in here and everybody in the comment section and everything like that, we had to keep it going. We had to keep it going. I've been having a blast. It's been a lot of fun talking to you guys. So we'll go a little bit longer. Maybe go another 10 minutes or so. Yeah. He requested trade. I would keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit longer, Derpy. I'm gonna keep going a little bit longer, brother. I don't know, guys. Is there any other news going on right now? I haven't really checked my phone or checked Twitter the last hour. Is there any news, any other news going on, even outside the Steelers that's happening? I don't know. I haven't checked. I'm trying to think like other wide receivers though. Like if they would trade, that would like make sense. Like I think Brandon Ayuk from the Niners would be sick to have. I think he's very underrated. He's a special wide receiver. He would be awesome to grab. But in terms of just trying to think of other teams, like that would make sense. How do you guys feel about Hunter Renfrow? I'm not saying I would sign him, but Hunter Renfrow is kind of that slot shifty guy. I know he's kind of had the last couple years have kind of been down years for him. But what do you think about him on a cheap contract if they don't land Tyler Boyd? How would you guys feel or think about a player like that? Yeah, Queen wants to be the villain. I know. That was actually that was a fun line. I like that line. That was a fun line. Just remember Cleveland. Just remember Cleveland's paying Watson $230 million. We're paying Fields and Wilson for about $4 million. I know. And you know what's funny is like I saw a Browns fan on Twitter today say like, "Oh, you know, it's so great to see the Steelers in quarterback purgatory." Like, okay, first of all, that's going to happen to every single team that loses a Hall of Fame quarterback. It's going to take some time. But second of all, so is Cleveland. Cleveland is still in quarterback purgatory, and they signed Deshaun Watson to a $250 million guaranteed deal, and they're still in purgatory. The guy's entering year 3 as a Browns quarterback with not very much to show for it. So I know it's pretty funny. Kevin says we don't need shifty wide receiver. We need another big wide receiver. I mean, they definitely could. Mike Williams is out there. If they want to travel the big wide receiver, there's Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU is another guy. If they want to travel down another big wide receiver, Brian Thomas Jr. then that's an option. Mike Williams is an option if that's the direction they want to go. Steeler Girl, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you again. Hope you're having a good Saturday. It's been a lot of news going on this last week with the Steelers. It's been crazy. It just keeps getting crazier. AFC North looks different. It's going to be tough. Yeah, it is. It's still the best division in football. Really right now, like the Steelers have definitely been the most active team out of those teams. When we look at the Bengals, they added Von Bell. They released or got rid of Mixon. They brought in Zach Moss. They're going to lose Higgins. They're probably going to lose Tyler Boyd. I could see them probably drafting a wide receiver just to help them save some money, but you're getting Joe Burrow back healthy. The Browns have a good roster, but there's still questions with Deshaun Watson being able to stay healthy, and can he actually be in his third year with the Browns what they hope for him to be? The Ravens, even though the Ravens have lost a lot of talent, they still had talent. What should I say? Even though they lost a lot of talent, they still already have talent on their team, and they brought in Derrick Henry, which is a great move for them. There's some problems on their line they need to figure out. Steelers fan, what's up? You're excited for this? Well, I'm glad you're excited about the quarterback situation. I am, and I think most of us in the chat are. I think everybody is. I think every Steeler fan should be excited about what's going on right now. 100%. This is it's refreshing. It's a new lease on life, it feels like, for this organization, for the fans. It was needed badly. Evan, hello. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for tuning into the stream. They do need to get a center. It's just a question of, are they going to target draft, or are you going to try to maybe target one of these vet guys in free agency? I'm not really sure. But they definitely do. I think we will see some offensive line movement sooner than later here, maybe within the next day or two. I think so. But thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you for your support. We hit definitely the most we ever had in a live stream before, with like 77 people. And we officially hit over 200 subscribers. So again, we had a little 200 subscriber celebration in the chat. And for myself, it felt good to finally hit that mark. And it's all thanks to you guys. So, and like I said, we're going to be, we're at a point where we're able to be a lot more consistent on getting content out there. So shout out to all you guys. Thank you guys so much for always being in the chat, for all the newcomers coming in. I've been having a blast with you guys. I've been loving going live recently, and it means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, we won't be seeing that out here, but hey, Tennessee, they might be chanting that. They really might be chanting it. Powers Johnson, yes, Powers Johnson. And you know, Chris, you know what's crazy is that if you look at the last 2 years, the Steelers could have had a freaking franchise center at that point in time. Linderbaum, Creed Humphrey, it's crazy. So maybe JPJ might be that next center for the third year in a row. Is that a guy that you want to willingly pass on? Remember when Steeler Nation Pitt fans went crazy at the draft for Kenny? Yeah. It's crazy, man. And you know, Derpy, what's crazy is, like, I was saying on my last stream, when Pickett got traded, I was calling some fans out there Pickett lickers, because these Pickett fans out there that are just so, like, diehard and staunch, right? Like, to me, they just did not have the right direction for the organization in mind, and they just wanted to see their Pitt guy just do really well and kind of really speak that in existence, which is fine. Like, if I wanted him to do well, I'm not a Pitt guy, but I wanted, when we drafted him, I was hoping he did well, but I was saying, like, hey, give him some time. If it doesn't work out, you move on. And I thought that's what needed to be done this offseason. But, like, these people out there that are just really, really staunch Pickett fans, right? And, like, just would not take no for an answer about somebody else coming in. It was kind of toxic and ridiculous. Let's see. We need to get a right tackle in the first round. Have Nate Herbig play center. Grab wide receiver the second. Yes, they definitely could. Thank you, man, for tuning in. Thank you. I hope I can say your name right. Versale Brooks. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. Forgive me if I'm not. Yeah, it's a loaded wide receiver class. It's a loaded wide receiver class, and they're definitely going to take one. Just a matter of where. I'm interested to see how they move, how the offensive line market moves in the next coming days. Devin, what's up, man? What's up, dude? How's your Saturday going, bro? Have you gotten that? You better be on top of getting that Russell Wilson wig, bro. I mean, he's a buzz cut now, but I want to see that Michael Jackson look, man. How you doing? Good to see you, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. I want Zach Frazier. I saw what he did to Penn State defensive line. Yeah, Zach Frazier. That was another name as well. It's another name to keep an eye out for. That would be exciting. I'm not talking about Deke. I like Deke. I like him. I think he's a good fan, man. I'm just talking about, like, some of these randoms on Twitter. Some of these randoms on Twitter I come across that I see that are just a bunch of Pickett lickers. Let's see. There are fellas who are very upset that we brought Fields in. Dude, which is crazy, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's okay. Like, you can have your opinion or whatever, but like, I don't understand. Like, there's nothing bad about this move. There's nothing bad about it. Like, even if it doesn't work out, like, you're not strapped, right? You didn't give up a king's ransom or anything. I don't understand what's there to dislike about it. I really don't. Maybe those are people that still think Kenny should be the starter. Deke needs a checkup. I don't know. I haven't really seen what Deke has said lately. I've from when I follow him, I think he's a pretty good fan. But I haven't really followed him. I just see like just randoms on Twitter, people I don't follow, interacting with people I do follow, and just trying to defend why the Russell Wilson move or even now the Fields move shouldn't have been made. And I don't grasp that concept. Like, there was somebody yesterday. Let's see. Well, yeah, exactly, Daredevil. And I was saying that too, that no matter what happens at the Steelers quarterback room this year, people are going to love it or people are going to hate it. But like, the people out there that just like aren't open to that. And like, I don't understand, like, why do you want to run it back again? Why would you want to run back what happened last year? It doesn't make sense to me. Turbo Duran, what's up, man? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your support, man. Why were the Steelers trade for Justin Fields? Doesn't make sense. Fields is 9-30 as a starter, 0-5 against Green Bay. Oh, well, it's your business later all. Well, here's the thing. I know that a lot of people can have different opinions on Justin Fields. The thing about him is I think that it's more so not focusing in on the starting record that he has with the Bears, winning, 10 games over his 3 years or whatever. I think it's more so on different attributes. I think it's more so on upside that he has, because he has shown superstar upside. He's also shown a lot of bad things. And I think it's the fact that you can take a swing on this guy really for not much and sit him behind Russ, and hopefully the things that he can clean up, and he can flourish and develop into possibly your future. It's honestly a good move because you're not really giving up much value. You're not swinging for the fences on it, right? Like, you're not just committing to him like, okay, we're going to trade for Fields and this can be our guy, right? Like, it's really a very low risk, high reward opportunity. And the Steelers took that. Basically got for free. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. Like, you can't pass that up. And the Steelers, like, we got to take a shot. We got to take a shot because there's something there, but we got to take a shot. Woodstock Nation, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for your support in the channel, man. Justin Fields is a Steeler and a steal. Pittsburgh outsmarted polls again. Yeah. Yes, they did. Dude, the Steelers are his kryptonite, bro. The Steelers are his kryptonite. It's freaking great. It's freaking great. Steel Dog, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Daniel, what's up, man? I think you and I, Daniel, dude, we got to get back on live. We got to get back on live. We got to do our show next week, whatever day works for you, and talk about all this. I tuned into your live a little bit last night. I wasn't able to stick around because we were going out, having plans, stuff like that. So I would love to catch your thoughts on the Pickett trade. Would love to catch your thoughts on your instant reaction, and would love to catch your thoughts on the new quarterback room. So I would love to do that. So we will figure out a day when we can get back on live. That would be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Just so much to talk about, dude, this offseason. So much fun. But everybody, like I said, everybody should be at a level of excitement and just feeling refreshed. It feels like a new lease on life with the organization. It just feels like things are finally being changed and made that have been needed. And shout out to Omar Khan, man. Truly. I'm excited for this signing. Absolutely, brother. We'll do it. I will message you. But thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for tuning in for a little bit here. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate it. Fields learns behind Russ. He can be that guy. Yeah, I think it's a great situation for him. I really do. I think it's a great situation. Steel Dog says, I'm more excited for this than the Wilson signing. Hey, that's okay, too. I think everybody should be happy about this move. And honestly, I've really just seen, from what I've seen just really nothing but positive things about it. I really do. I'd rather have Fields instead of Kenny acting the size of his hands. 7-year-old. Oh my God. Oh man, it's freaking crazy. And the thing with Kenny, sorry for Sal Brooks, just seeing this. You can call me V Bro. I think the Steelers are set for the draft. Just sit back, let the board come to you. Yeah, they're definitely set. They definitely are. There's still going to be a couple moves left to be made there, which we maybe could see come tomorrow or Monday. But thank you, man, for coming to the channel. Thank you for the support in the chat, man. So I will call you V from here on out, brother. Thank you. Let's see where we're going at here. Another comment from you. The thing about Justin Fields is he's a mobile quarterback. NFL today, you need mobility. Yes, you do. And Justin Fields definitely seems like he likes to kind of take off more. I feel like Fields. Listen, I feel like best case scenario is more so Fields starting to enter that Lamar type territory. I feel like Lamar has definitely progressed as a passer, and Fields definitely needs more of that. But Fields just has such ultra athletic ability. And if he can mix that in with become more of a fluid passer in the NFL, I mean, he could be a dangerous player. He absolutely could. Empowerment TV, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming into the chat. Fields ranks 21st. He was basically free. It's perfect acquisition. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why there's really nothing negative about the move. There's really nothing negative about the move at all. I was never a fan of Russ. Hope he proves me wrong. That's okay. Like, listen, with Russ coming in here, Steeler fans, for any Steeler fan that's kind of on the fence about Russ, that's all right, right? That's your prerogative. That's your opinion. That's kind of your view, and everything. I've always been a Russ fan. I think he's a good dude. I loved him in Seattle. Russ does not need to be prime Russ. I think with their current roster, I think with their set of offense, they're going to bring a little bit more offensively. He doesn't need to be prime Russ. He's going to be a guy that's not going to turn over the ball. They're going to run the ball. He's going to pick his spots to be efficient. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the red zone last year. And what did the Steelers lack so much in offense last year? Getting the ball in the end zone. So he definitely brings me a level of excitement from that standpoint. He still has a cannon of an arm. And I think there's certain levels of his play style that match Arthur. There's some things that don't, but those are things that he can work with for sure. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully he this is a big year for him too. This is a big year for him. Let's see what you guys are saying. Brandon21, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to the chat. Thanks for your comment. Watched every Bronco game for the past 2 years. Rusty is done. He runs into sacks, can't throw over the middle field because he can't see. Just because he's free doesn't mean he's good. Denver's O-line makes the Steelers line look great. Okay. All right, well, Brandon, I take it you're a Bronco fan? Is that right? That's what I take it. I know that Russell Wilson has not been too much of a middle of the field type guy. But the thing with Russell Wilson, I think when you look at the Steelers quarterback situation last year, not only is it better, but the thing with Russ is that also Denver wasn't a great situation either. And I'm not here to defend the things that Russell Wilson struggled with in Denver. But Sean Payton was not a work. Sean Payton did not work out. Sean Payton fired that coaching staff that he brought in. Denver was already halfway rebuilding throughout that season. And when you have somebody where it's hard to be all in and be yourself, it's hard to get all your qualities out of you. And it is what it is. So I think that you make accurate points about Russell Wilson. I also think as well from things that he's done, there's still some juice left in the tank. Let's see. Brandon, you could be right, yet he's still better than what they had last year. And Brandon, the thing is, too, is that the Steelers were not going to come into this season with their answer for the future. Things that people have to realize is that Russell Wilson's not going to be viewed as the future, but what Russell Wilson's viewed as is somebody that can win with this current Steelers roster. The Steelers roster is a lot more talented than the Broncos roster the last 2 years. The Steelers have a roster that can win games. They have a roster, if they have a quarterback, they can maybe make a little bit of a playoff noise. And I think Russell Wilson doesn't need to be great. Russell Wilson, all he needs to be, he needs to hit his spots. He needs to be efficient in the red zone, push the ball down the field. They're going to run the football. The Steelers were one of the best rushing attacks last year. Denver did not have that. How was Russell Wilson great in Seattle? He had a great defense and they were able to run the football. And that's exactly what the Steelers are going to be able to do. I believe Arthur Smith will definitely have Fields more grounded in a stable situation. I hope so. I think it's a great situation for Fields, man. I really do. Thank you, bro. Loving your podcast. You are correct. The Steelers are bringing excitement back to their game and fans. Yes, they are. It's just we're all so accustomed. We're all so conditioned with the way the Steelers do their offseason, right? They sit back. They let everybody else kind of have the bread at the table, and then the Steelers are there for the scraps, right? Finally, they're in a spot where they're spending money, they're making big moves right away, they're being aggressive and attacking right away. They've been one of the most active teams on the market this year, and they completely revamped their quarterback room, and that was so needed. The last 2 years, they've had 24 passing touchdowns combined. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. So thankfully, they did that, and I honestly think it's really with what Omar Khan and Andy Weidel was doing, and what they have been doing. And I think Rooney's really letting Omar Khan take the reins. Which is great. It's a better situation for him now. Yes, it is, Evan. Absolutely, it is on the money. Now we just take Milton later in the draft as QB3, solidify the quarterback room. Yeah, they'll probably draft somebody. That's probably what they'll do. They'll probably draft one later. I honestly think that the quarterback draft class next year is going to be better than what people think, especially after this college football season. But with the acquisition of Fields, it's going to give the Steelers flexibility on what to do, and that's the thing too. Like, you also have a guy in Russell Wilson. What if Russell Wilson, right? What if he kind of redeems himself a little bit? What if he redeems himself? What if he wins him a playoff game, right? That's possible. It's a great situation for Justin, man, and Russell Wilson's embracing him. Because the thing with Justin, we know that there's been a lot of bad for him in Chicago, but there's upside, and there's also been good, and there's been exciting things about him. And I think a lot of Bears fans will testify about that. So if he can come here, he can reset, he can recharge. He's in a stable franchise. He's going to have stability here, and he's going to learn under Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has had a great career. He's declining, right? Denver did not work out, but why can't he have? Why isn't it's possible he has a nice renaissance at the end of his career? It's possible. It definitely is. I think learning under Russ is a good situation. Russ saw the potential in the Steelers, knew he had a choice to be a savior, and then Tomlin solidifies his legacy. Yeah. Russell Wilson said there were multiple people interested, which I believe. I think a team like the Giants were interested. I think a team like the Raiders were probably making a phone call, but Russell Wilson wanted to be here. Right? Steelers have a team to win, guys. The Steelers have a team to win, but seriously, the main thing that lacks is quarterback. And they're not going to fill every hole because every team has holes. Every team has holes going into the season, throughout the season, at the end of the season. Every team has it. But when you're able to have stability at your quarterback spot, that helps your holes, right? That helps that. And if the Steelers can get a little bit out of Russell Wilson, then that's great. If they can get that out of Justin Fields for the future, then that's great. These Justin Field wigs on Amazon catching my eye. The little twisties, Devin. The little twisties, bro. Devin, we'll get you on the show too, man. We'll get you on the show too. Get your thoughts about the offseason. So kind of keep an eye out for your DMs because Daniel and I, we've taken a couple week break from our normal podcast, and lately I've just kind of been going live on my channel. He's been going live on his. So I think next week we're gonna try to get together and depending on the day. If we have time, depending on the day and the time frame, maybe it could work out for you too. In fact, we got both of them just has me in awe. It's crazy, man. I don't think if I would tell you guys, hey guys, if I told you guys at the end of the season when they lost to the Bills, and I told you guys, hey, the Steelers quarterback room is going to be Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, you guys would have called me nuts. You guys absolutely would have called me nuts. You would have said absolutely not. Maybe one. Absolutely not. We'll go another couple minutes, guys. I know we're hitting here at 70, but we're almost an hour and a half in, and we're hitting 10 o'clock out here on the East Coast. I would love to stay I would love to stay longer. Is there any other news, guys? Like I said, I haven't been on Twitter the last hour and a half. Has there been any other news? Even else around the league? Steelers front office has definitely changed. Yeah, it has. It has. And it's man, it's needed it. Holy cow, has it needed it. It's crazy. We'll go another few minutes. But again, shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. Shout out to all you guys who have tuned into the stream, who are here now, who were here earlier. It means so much seeing you guys in here. It means a lot having the most I've ever had, hitting over 200 subs tonight because you guys. Thank you guys so much. It's been great hearing from you. It's been great getting your thoughts and everything like that. So it's been great. Thank you guys. It's been a blast. Do you think Najee's valued since he's core? I think he is. Najee ended on a high note. He hit another 1,000 yards. I know 1,000 yards isn't the end-all be-all for running backs nowadays, but I think he is. I don't know if he's going to get an extension at some point, but I would imagine his 5th year is going to get picked up, so he'll at least have a couple years here. But I think really him and Jalen are a great one too. Just two completely different guys, and you can just it's a great thing to have. Jerome Baker in Seattle. I did see that earlier today, Afton. Yes, that's a good pickup for them. He got a 1-year deal. I actually thought him or Willie Gay was who we were going to be in on before Pete Queen. So, Evan says Wilson does not need to be elite. He just needs to at least be a game manager. Yeah, he doesn't need to be elite. He doesn't need to be elite. He's not going to turn the ball over. He's a high IQ football player. He's a high IQ quarterback. He needs to pick his spots to be efficient, and he needs to hit guys, push the ball over the top, push the ball down the field, something the Steelers have not had in how long? And he's a guy who can do it. He can do it. Still waiting to see if we sign Tyler Boyd. I know that's kind of been like lingering the last few days. Honestly, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say it happens. I'm gonna say it does. I think that I think that he's gonna want to come back and play here. I think it does. Maybe like a 2-year deal. Najee's an offensive leader. He was calling it like it was all season. Yes, he is an offensive leader, and he was a voice. And now you have a guy in Russell Wilson who I think is a good voice. Tyler Boyd for me is nice, but he's injury prone, kind of. Yeah, and Tyler Boyd's not really going to give you some other things that a wide receiver 3 is going to give you. But I think they were missing outside of a Deontay and Pickens, they were missing that aspect of their offense, and I think he'd be a welcome addition. I don't think he should be like their number 2, but if he can be that 3 guy and really hold down the slot, sure, 100%. We might sign what Mike Williams. Yeah, Mike Williams. I'm interested to see what he demanded, man. The Chargers saved what, like 20 some million in cap by releasing him. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out for Mike Williams. I know there was some talk with the Chiefs that has not come through. Tyler Boyd, Deebo Samuel, Justin Jefferson. Which one does Khan want? Dude, I was saying earlier, bro. If we got JJ, I mean, it's done. It's chalked, dude. It's chalked. I don't even know what to say. I don't think any of us here would know what to say. Justin Space, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in to the stream. We need OBJ. OBJ, another guy, free agent. So we would probably steal another Raven, possibly. I'm honestly, OBJ. Honestly, I think is one of the most overrated guys to play. But that's not me hating on the guy. I think he has had a lot of talent. I don't know how the Steelers view his character. I don't really think there was a lot there for the Ravens as they were hoping to get out of him last year. But he's out there. And I think that if he came here, Steelers fans would, I think, embrace it. But, we'll see what happens. There's still some names out there. I was thinking about bringing in Dobby. Jimmy Berry Hill, thank you, man. Thank you for subscribing. I've only been able to thank a couple of you guys because I don't get notifications on my phone really, or I can't really even see here on YouTube everybody that subscribes. But we were at like 185 when we started, and we're over 200. So it's been absolutely incredible. It's been so fun. This live stream has been so fun with all you guys, and just seriously, just thank you guys so much for help me get to 200. Truly, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Excuse me. Watch Firing with Washington under Arthur Smith's system. Yeah, I think Washington needs utilized more, man. Washington definitely does. I think there's left. There was a lot left to be desired from him this year, and it's not his fault. I'm gonna pass on OBJ. Too much drama, like AB. He definitely is. He definitely is. I think that there's a lot better options and direction to go. I'm not going to, like, if somebody wants to see this guy or wants to see that guy, I'm not going to dismiss that or anything. But I do think that there's some better options, some better direction there. But I kind of get where you're coming from in the sense of maybe something that you think, or maybe a thing or two OBJ can bring to the table. I just don't even think OBJ is even a wide receiver 2 nowadays, man. That's the thing. Like, I don't know. I think that OBJ just has not really lived up to what, outside of that Rams Super Bowl and getting hurt again. It's been hard, missing that year and a half, and then with the Ravens, and I don't know. I think it's an interesting topic of discussion for sure. I love Dobbs and Pat Pete coming as coaches. Yeah, Pat Pete wants to come back, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I don't. I like Pat Pete. I've liked him throughout his career. I just don't see it. The Steelers just don't need another John McQueen like AB ended up being. AB's a freaking migraine. Absolutely nuts. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again. Oh man. But Steelers are wide receiver university. Yeah, they'll find one in the draft. There's a lot of names in the draft, man. Like, if it comes when it comes to that position, that's something that fans should 100% always feel confident about. And honestly, guys, I thought Claypool was gonna be that dude. I really did. I thought Claypool was gonna be that dude. I liked his size. I liked his intangibles. I liked what he did his rookie year. And I don't really know what it was that really kind of brought him down. I don't know if it was a lack. I don't know if it was mentally. I don't know if it was a lack of just not being checked in. I don't know. And it's kind of too bad. What wide receiver in the draft would you like if they don't get another one for agency? It's a good question. I like Roman Wilson from Michigan. Roma Dunze is going to go early in the draft, but I think he would have been an awesome get. The thing with Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU is just he's another. To me, he has similarities to George Pickens, and I think that they kind of need that underneath type guy. And I don't think that he's that. Ladd McConkey from Georgia is a guy like that. That could be an option. Not sure what you guys think about him. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, Afton. That's a good name too, right there. That's a good name as well. So, I know him. I know Xavier Worthy's kind of been getting some hype, but I don't really know where his value's at. Honestly, he's more of like the third wide receiver, so we don't need OBJ. He's not going to work with GP. Thank you for tuning in, Office Right 29. Thank you so much for tuning into the comment section. You're wrong in the system we are running. 2 big wide receivers. Tomlin loves pedigree. Like the kid from Western Kentucky, sleeper late pick. They could take 2 wide receivers. This draft's so big, they could take 2 wide receivers. They want to do that. I know somebody mentioned Keon Coleman too. What if Colin got Fields for ammo value? He has 6 weeks for the option. I'm just spitting. I don't see that happening, Derpy. I think a lot of teams have. I think a lot of teams moved away from Chicago given their asking price, and we started to see teams go in a different direction at quarterback. I think the Steelers and maybe one other team was probably what they had, and the Steelers are probably giving them the best option. So I think Fields is here to stay. Blocking wide receivers, yeah, that's another thing too. Jeez, I can't believe we've gone this long, over an hour and a half. Damn. It's all because of you guys. Like I said, I was going to go half hour, but then all you guys started pouring in and putting your comments and everything, and we've just been having a lot of good discussion. Can go for hours talking about this stuff. But like, and I've even mentioned too, like I don't want to rule it out. Like it's probably unlikely, but I don't want to rule out them possibly even making a trade. I don't want to rule that out. I don't want to rule out them possibly making a trade either for a very high quality wide receiver. You know, they have that third pick. Remember that, guys. They have that other third round pick that they can flip. So you see us bringing in a QB3 from the UFL if they don't draft one. Oh man. It's fat, or it's possible. It's it's possible maybe if they don't want to draft one, you know, if you get a guy out of there, you know, maybe has a little bit of a showing this spring, maybe. It's been a great show, Nate. Thank you, Afton. It's always good to see you here. I'm sure that you'll be in the next live, so expect that next week. Probably with State of the Steelers with Daniel. Steeler Girl, yes, as always. Good to see you back in. Justin Space, a lot of fun. Thanks, man. Yeah, Justin, thank you so much, man, for being in the stream. Welcome to the channel. You know, talking Steelers, we talk Pittsburgh sports, we talk things going around the NFL and MLB sometimes too on this channel. And I also do another channel too, but so that's kind of at least what to expect here. So thank you so much, man, for your support and your comments and thoughts and everything. That's what this is all about, guys. Obviously, I have a lot of thoughts. I love getting your guys' thoughts, your input, your guys' commentary, see where you guys are coming from, pick your guys' minds as well. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Wide receiver from South Carolina, big and fast. I'm trying to remember that guy's name. I don't know. I can't even think of that player right now. You might have to look that up for me. I can't even picture that wide receiver right now. Is Mike Tomlin on this draft? I don't think so, George. I don't think Dino's in this draft. What if they bring the duck back? Dude, he's living at large, baby, in Tennessee, man, with what's her face? Lainey Wilson. Steeler Nation is alive, bro. Because the changes that front office is making. Yes, it is alive. It's very exciting. It's very refreshed. Yes. I don't know why I have a hard time pronouncing his name. Yes, Leggett. Yes, Leggett. I have a hard time. I don't even know how it's pronounced. He's a beast. He's going to be really cool. I was completely blanking out on who that wide receiver was. He's probably going to go. Oh, I mean, like I said, like I think 3 wideouts are going to go in the top 10. Leggett. There you go. Thank you. Maybe he somewhere toward maybe back end first. I don't know. It's hard for me. Some of these guys had really good pro days, and it's hard for me to even like say like, yeah, because I feel like a lot of these guys, a guy like Leggett, a guy like a Brian Thomas, to me, I think those guys can be possible first round picks. And it's hard for me to kind of like say maybe they could get him in the second round. I just don't think that they'll be there at all. Like Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, okay. Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, that's another name too. Great show as usual, Nathan. Yes, thank you, Claude. I appreciate that, man. It's good to see you again. Russell is a real QB, and they get Fields for 6th. Yeah, it's a win-win situation. There's really nothing negative about the Fields trade today. Yeah, Mitchell is nice. See, that's the thing. Like you got, I haven't really looked at mock drafts as of late. I don't really look at those until April. But when you got a guy like Leggett, you got Roman Wilson, you got Brian Thomas. That's at least 3 names right there. I know I mentioned Ladd McConkey. He's going to go in the second round. I think that I think his stock's rising a little bit. But like it's a crazy class. Even like the first 3 that are going to go off the board, like all could be crazy. Steelers Nation, let's ride, baby. Let's ride. Steelers are going franchise center first round, moving up. They definitely could. Jackson Powers Johnson definitely could be a name to look out for. I feel like they like Amarius Mims, the Georgia tackle, a lot too. I don't know if that's going to be the direction they want to go. Maybe. But what about JPJ's cousin as a late cornerback pick? Could be V. It could be a late pick. Just really a matter of really what they selected at that point in time. But yeah, I know that he's entering the draft too. So that's interesting. And there's a couple corners in the first round, I think, guys, come around 20 that are interesting. I feel like more wide receiver, offensive line is probably the likely move, but I wouldn't necessarily rule out a corner. I feel like the Steelers like Nate Wiggins from Clemson too. I think that he's an exciting player. Mims or Tyler Guyton. Yeah, Guyton probably go in the first round. Yeah, I think they like that. I think they like that Georgia tackle a lot. In hindsight, let's ride, Derpy. Let's ride. IHS. That's the place to be. It's the place to be when you want sports commentary, Steeler commentary, Pittsburgh sports talk around the NFL, around the MLB. It's the place to be, folks. The place to be. With baseball starting up, we'll probably talk a little bit about baseball too going on. We'll be talking about the rest of free agency throughout the NFL, aside from just the Steelers coming up too. So maybe get your guys' thoughts on maybe what some of these other teams have been doing. IHS. Watch yourself, Afton. Watch yourself. You never know. We could be a part of the government. You never know. Oh, man. But guys, I'm going to end it there, everybody. We're an hour 45 in. We've gone for almost 2 hours. Man, you guys have been awesome. It's been so fun. It's been definitely my best live that I've had. As you guys know, we hit over 200. We grew a lot of likes. And just seeing all you guys in the chat, excited about this move. Excited about the direction of the team and what's all cooking and happening, and just kind of hearing your guys' input and your guys' thoughts as well on this has been great. It's been very fun, guys, talking to you. It's been very fun hearing what you guys have to talk about. So shout out to all 70 plus of you who have been in this stream live. Thank you to all of you, everybody that commented, everybody that subscribed, all the new subscribers, welcome. Everybody, all you guys that are here every single time, you know who you are as well. Thank you. You guys know what to expect here. So it's always a blast talking to you guys, especially tonight. It's been so fun. So thank you guys so much. Justin Fields is a huge get. Yes, he is, man. Thank you. Tri-State Steelers, ZW, for tuning in, brother. Thank you. Always a good time. Jared Devil, always good seeing you, man. Thank you. Steeler Girl, Kevin, Evan, Afton, Derpy. Thank you for streaming, brother. Congrats on 200. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields are Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, they are, brother. A lot to be excited about as Steeler fans. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for helping me get to 200. It's been a great celebration as well. A lot to be excited about, Steeler fans. A lot to celebrate. A lot to look forward to. Even what's been going on today and this week, getting us a lot to look forward to coming into the season, but even what's going to be coming up in the next couple days, because they're not done. So keep an eye out. We will be back, guys, this upcoming week. Daniel J and I, Stay the Steelers. We will be back for an episode of the Unofficial Steelers podcast. Hope to see you guys there. It's either going to be on my channel or it's going to be on his. We will see. I will be back live as well at some point this week talking about stuff. So, guys, put the notifications on so you guys get notified when I go live. Hit the like and subscribe. It helps us grow, helps us keep pushing. So thank you guys so much all for your support. Each and every one of you, you know who you are. You guys are awesome. It's been so fun talking to every single one of you tonight. It's been great. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good night, guys.